Hi, yogis. It's me, Missy Maki, the Happy Yogi. And I thought that I would take a moment and share with you my story since I started this channel and I really didn't introduce myself. So I thought I would take a moment and introduce myself to you all. So my name is Missy Maki. I live in Montana, in the beautiful Big Sky country. And I am just currently finishing up my yoga teacher training. So, part of my final practice is that I need to do karma classes. And it seemed that since it's 24 degrees out and I can't really do classes outside, which a lot of people do, and that I just moved here and I don't know a lot of people, so it's kind of hard to like get a karma class together. What I could do is I could do something and put it out into the public's eye, and you could use it, and then I could just check the views. And if someone did it and executed it, then someone took a karma class. So I'm hoping that you will enjoy my karma classes. Some big things about me you should know. I am a mother of two. I have boy-girl twins. I am married. I turned 50 this year, and I have always loved yoga. Well, when I say always, about 10 years. About more than 10 years ago, actually, I was attempting to have our children. And one of the things that was prescribed, actually, two things were prescribed. One was yoga, a consistent yoga practice for my body, for my health, because I was in my 30s, and that's, in our world, that's an advanced maternal age. And then also to do acupuncture, which I highly suggest. Neither of these things got me pregnant. I did end up having kids, but I will tell you that my husband and I started doing yoga together, and we ended up being very fortunate. And we were at a yoga studio that, oh gosh, I'm so bummed about this. There we go. I hope that didn't mess things up. I had a pop up. We were at a yoga studio that was very hands-on. It was owned by a chiropractor who was also a yogi. The people that he hired were so hands-on and very serious about breathing. And we never went the route of like the fitness studio, which is great for some people, but not for us. And we were there for like 2 years. I loved it. And then we ended up, life got in the way and we had kids and everything. So before COVID ended, about 8 months before, I ended up getting a membership where there was a yoga studio and had a hot yoga studio. And I hadn't been for a while. So I went to a class, and it was like a yin yoga. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I feel amazing. Within like 3 weeks, I was going to yoga for 4 days a week at least. And then by the time COVID hit and the closure, I was doing yoga anywhere from 4 to 6 times a week. It was life-changing, in the sense that I needed the mental calmness. I needed the physical strength because I'm in that part of my life where I call it the sink or swim time. You kind of, if you're fortunate enough, you have the opportunity to decide, am I going to maintain all of my bone density and my strength and my flexibility? Or am I just going to roll with it? And when you roll with it, you tend to roll downhill. So that's just the truth. Don't shoot the messenger. So that being said, COVID struck. I couldn't go back to yoga classes, so I started doing some stuff online, and it was really helpful. It was really helpful. Amidst all this, we decided to move from Oregon to Montana, and that was a really big change for us. And we were very fortunate in so many ways. There's some things that were really tough, but we were really fortunate in a lot of things. And one of them was this studio that I have. It's an office and a studio, and I've turned it into a studio. It used to just have like, my elliptical and stuff like that, but now it is, if you look this way, which I can't do because this is a laptop, I have a yoga studio set up. And so I've been doing yoga, and then I realized I always wanted to teach yoga. Now, I know that it's not going to be a career path for me at this time because I have a job and I love my job and I love the people that I work with. So I'm very fortunate, and I've been doing it for over a decade. So I decided, well, why can't I learn how to teach and then find a way to do that? So I'm still in that process, and hopefully you'll grow with me as I go through finalizing my training, which is just like 2 days away from being done. I've already passed my exam, and I've done all of my hours, and I am actually going to a yoga retreat. I'll put my Instagram in. I would love to have you follow me and see how a Montana, the 406 yoga conference goes. I'm super excited. It's open to everyone. It's not just for teachers. So when I joined it, that was actually the thing that made me think, because I got my ticket and then I said, I'm not a yoga teacher. Is that okay? And they said, yes, of course, because that is the spirit of people who I believe who embrace a yoga mentality and just heart. And it's just that everyone is welcome, and I definitely needed that. So then I was like, well, I did want to do that. So I bought my tickets a long time ago, but then I was like, okay, well, why don't I do that? And then I'll get credits for being there. Well, I flew through it, so I don't need the credits, but I'll probably go on to the next level and use those for credits. My yoga retreat for credits. But please join me. My Instagram is Missy Maki. It's very simple. MISSYMAKI. If I can figure it out, I will put it in here in a little box or something, so you can come along and join me. So that's kind of me in a nutshell. I have really enjoyed my training. I feel very nervous when I am teaching, and I think that's normal. I've been following a lot of yoga teachers who their confidence inspires me, and I will watch them and then I will repeat what they say. And I love that. It's one of the things that I love about yoga and yoga sequencing is that there's no sequence that you can do that hasn't been done before. So the beauty of yoga is if you see something, you're in a class and you love it, take it and share it. And that's to me, that's what yoga is about. It's like the opposite of how the world has gotten. That makes sense. So I'm sorry, this darn computer. So that being said, I'm Missy. Welcome to my journey, my 50 plus years journey. I hope I will be doing this for another 20 years, maybe 30, who knows. But I just appreciate that you took the time to say hello to me here. Please write me a message. I would love to be connected with anyone who's on a similar journey or knows someone who might connect with me and my story. So I think that's it. I'm getting ready to do another class right now, and it will just be. I like short classes. They were what got me through a lot of having kids and working 8 to 9 hours and needing to cook food and needing to have laundry done and all of that. But it would be really hard for me to fit in an hour vinyasa or any type of class, but I certainly could do 15 minutes here and 20 minutes there, and my strength came back. I should stop and go back. So before COVID, I ended up getting shingles of all things, and I ended up getting a really bad case. It was never external, it was internal, and it affected one of my nerves on my waist. So I had a really hard time recovering from it. I was very tired, but I did. I do have long-term nerve damage. It's like internal on my waist. If you know anything about shingles, it affects one nerve band, hopefully just one nerve band. Hope nerve band's the right word. So I got through that and I was feeling healthy. And then, I got back into yoga and everything, and I was getting fit and strong and feeling confident, which to me, my fitness is very tied to feeling good, like sleeping well and eating well. It really, to me, is more of a whole picture. It's not just like, oh, I'm going to exercise like crazy. And, I need, for me, I eat a vegan lifestyle. I'm a plant-based person. I like to eat home cooked meals as much as possible. And then also I like to practice yoga. So that being said, got through that, and then COVID hit. And then once we moved here, I got COVID. and I was very sick for a month. And I ended up with the long-term fatigue portion of it. I got like my smell and taste back after a month, things like that, but I had fatigue for quite a while. And then we had a really big surprise, and my appendix ruptured. So I found myself in the hospital. I had no family around me. It's in the middle of COVID, in the middle of that second huge uptick at the beginning of 2021. This is the year that I'm currently in, just for reference down the road. And it was not one of those, oh, your appendix is swollen. It had ruptured. I had adhesions. It was a big surgery, and I was very fortunate to really make it through. I mean, people die from that. So I got out, and I would say that I healed quickly, but I still had fatigue from COVID because I was only a month out from COVID when that happened. So yoga really came back to me as I was rebuilding my body and my strength and all of that. And I still am there. I mean, it is this, we're all still in the same year. And I know that it takes a year just for your, if you have an internal surgery, they say it takes one full year to actually be better, which is crazy, but also understandable. And I'm also, like I said, I'm also 50. I'm at 25. Most people have their appendix rupture between 18 and 25. So yeah, so that is my story, and really what makes me passionate about finding people like me who really are looking to find a way to incorporate yoga into their lifestyles and not have it be a struggle or hard or anything like that. I feel like the one thing that we can give ourselves is a little bit of time. I don't know that very many of us have a lot of time in the day. So that's my goal, is to create some great small classes, and that's how it will start. And I've got one or two up already, but that is truly my goal, is to have bite-size classes that are accessible and understandable, and I will get better as I teach them. I will learn more. I will commit to ongoing education because that's fun for me. I didn't realize how much I would love going, taking all the yoga classes, and all of my lectures have been amazing. So yeah, so that's my story. And I hope you'll join my journey. And I think that's it. So buckle up for some more of my classes.